two things sell properties, and that is pricing and exposure, or your marketing plan. I don't think they're equal parts. I think that it's like 25% or 20% marketing and 80 or 75% pricing. Most of the time, whenever a property isn't moving, you can look on the MLS. It's got good pictures. It's, a lot of people are seeing it. But if it's not moving, it's because people do not agree with the price that is on that property. If that's the case, it's the biggest issue is not necessarily even the pricing as much as it is the agent's ability to influence their seller to price accurately. Influencing our seller to make the right decision, allow us to do our job, get it priced correctly so that we can actually accomplish the objective of moving that property, it not sitting, rather it's selling. Okay, I want you to envision, and maybe we can put this graphic up. It is an archery target. In the very middle of that target, we're going to have a sold sign, right? That's our goal. The bullseye is to sell the house, right? Now, of course, I'm a listing agent. I love listing properties because I can leverage them and get 2 to 3 pieces of business off of each one. However, the neighbor down the street, as they see that property days on market go up and up and up, they're going to say, why isn't that house selling? And then along with that, they're going to say, what's the agent doing or not doing that is hindering that property from selling? Imagine that graphic there with sold in the bullseye. That is market value, or maybe even just a little bit below market value. Okay, so maybe market value for this property is $410,000. That can be right. Price per square foot puts you at that $410,000, $415,000. The bigger audience would be at $400,000 because now you're capturing everyone that is looking on the MLS from $300,000 to $400,000. Right? If you price yourself at $410,000, $415,000, you're missing a much bigger audience, and the lower price point is going to always be the bigger audience. So I would price them at $400,000. That's where we're going to start getting offers, and multiple offers might put you at $410,000, $415,000. Now realize this: every ring outside of the bullseye is going to be a certain percentage higher than where you need to be. So let's say 3 to 5% higher than that $400,000 is at $412,000, $420,000 for 3 to 5%. We're out of range. Okay, so what's going to happen? Let me prophesy. Let me predict what's going to happen to that seller. You're going to have maybe quite a few showings, but you're not going to have any offers. So open houses, separate scheduled showings. You're going to have a following on MLS and online traffic. The issue is that you're going to have all this traffic and you're not going to have anyone showing any offers coming down the pipe. The issue that you want to relay to your seller is that you're going to have a lot of inconvenience for no offers, which means you're going to gather the cats, gather the dogs, gather the kids, bring them outside of the house every single showing that you have. And if you have a lot of showings, that's a lot of inconvenience for no offers because you're overpriced. Now you're going to have 5 to 10% and the ring outside of that. 5 to 10% overpriced would be $420,000 to $440,000. You're going to get much less online traffic, in-person traffic, and no offers with that being the case. And then the last one, ring outside of it, where you're really missing it, right, is over 10%, which at that point, really anything over $420,000 in this case, I would not take the listing because I know it's going to sit and not sell, and I won't even be able to get any kind of traffic online or in person, any business from it. So for me, 10% plus isn't even worth talking about because we're not doing right by our sellers to begin with. So instead of talking about trying to convince them to price it right, this graphic and this idea and the way that we're communicating to the sellers is this is in their best interest, and it's only harmful for them not to go with this advice. Influence our sellers to come to the right pricing strategy versus let's just throw this price out there and see what happens. I know what's going to happen. You're going to sit and not sell. Hope that was helpful for you. That's what we talked about in team today. Let me know if you have any questions about how to handle this with one of your sellers.